Welcome back to this Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. Here we are at the 2028 trade deadline where it finally looks like we're going to make the playoffs. And looking at our stats for building at the deadline, it looks like we could improve on goaltending and defense. We could use just an entirely new goaltender to start for us. And we could probably replace Jacob Chikrin, who's playing on the top pairing there, so we could make some pretty big moves here. Looking more for a right defenseman. So we could go for D'Angelo. Not exactly what I'd love. Matt Roy. Do they have a goaltender that they're also looking to move? Not one that would work for us. But this might be our best option. We also have to look at how much cap space we have here, because he's just good defensively, and then we can play Minchikov with him, Zellweger, and Chikrin or Drysdale. I think I'll probably put Chikrin there because he's back in about a week. He's doing better. We need to split up that pair and then put Drysdale down with Kyrou probably because Lacomb's struggling. So we'll play him on his offside. And does it tell us? Oh, it's glitching it. I think we have like no money in cap space, so we might have to look at, like, if we just did that, will it say we're over the cap? Yeah, so we could find out this way how much room we have because we love this game that glitches for us. So let's see if it's about the same. I guess that's too much. Do we have any room here? No. We have like no room. So unfortunately we might not even be able to do anything unless we can move any cap space out, which still won't. Like, I don't really want to move a forward. Like, these low guys won't even do much for us. And like, if we look at our forwards, Marner, well, if we just go to the stats, looks like Marner got 2 points in our one game there before the deadline. So Kucherov is on the second line, Carlson's on the second line, Stamkos is on the third line, Terry's on the second line. McTavish is on the first line. Like, that doesn't really make sense to move one of these guys for a different piece. We could improve on defense, then we'll put Stamkos up, but then we're just gonna have a hole there once he retires. This second line is not good defensively. I'd really like to get another goalie because I don't think this is league average. No, all the best goalies, all the best teams have 900s. There are some 800s in there, but we could at least get like 905. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna cut that out because we got into the trade deadline there and uh, we looked at it and um, we had actually $0 in space to move. Like we would have to move the equal amount of cap going coming in to go out, and we don't really have any guys. Like all our guys are kind of pieces of our team right now, so we kind of just have to go ahead with what we have here, and hope we can do something in the playoffs. Um, and yeah, because this is our first year in the playoffs, give the guys that got us here the chance. We didn't. Chikrin can come back. I guess we'll put him in. Okay, so here we are 2 games away from the end of the deadline. We do have a chance. I don't know if we have Vegas beat on tiebreaker. We do have a chance to move up and play the Kraken. Right now, if we stay where we are, I guess the Oilers have us beat on tiebreaker. Then we would be playing the Canucks, who are tied for they're first in the league. So I don't know how good their team actually is, but I don't know if we want to do that. If we can at least hop up and play the Jets or the Kraken. These are 2 big games here, so we'll see if we can do it. We beat the Oilers. That's really big. They can still, if they win, come back and beat us with tiebreaker. Vegas, we both have our last game against each other. Oilers have their last game today, looks like too. So if we can beat Vegas, we might have a chance to go up into not a wild card position. And then we play the Kraken. I don't know if the Kraken would be better than the Jets, because the Jets have less points than them. But yeah, let's see what all happens here. We lose, big loss, and we move down. Oilers win. So we are playing the Canucks. So that's definitely not what you want to see. Let's do our season wrap up here. Finally, we made the playoffs at least, though. We were 8th seed in the conference. If we look at the other conference, see how we stacked up. Yeah, so now our conference is a little bit stronger, because our conference, the team that didn't make it had. Okay. So entire league, Vancouver, which is the team we're playing, or we were going to have Winnipeg. So yeah, our conference, these were the 3 teams we were possibly playing in the playoffs. So our conference is very strong. Yeah, lots of Western teams up there. Sharks, I'm not sure what's going on here. They have just a mismatch of everything. They're gonna, I feel bad, like they can't figure it out. Arizona's down here again. Calgary's still down here. Columbus is back down here after being good. LA is back down here after making the playoffs, so it's all just kind of all over. So, goals for per game. We are 7th, and then goals against per game, we're probably pretty high. We're just in the middle there. Power play, 3rd, so we got a good power play. Last year we had a good PK, but it looks like it's mid-table again. So, for points, Zegras had a breakout year from the past seasons. Yeah, just really good. Really good to see him and Marner finally clicking. 54 goals. I don't think he even had 40 before. So him and Marner just dishing him the puck. Kucherov on the second line with Carlson and Terry. Stamkos on the third line doing well. That, as you can see defensively, our second line was getting scored on. McTavish disappointing on the first line. How has he done for points? He hasn't been big for points, but even 75 to 60, playing with those big guys, I'm not exactly sure how that happens. He missed 1 game. Byfield, Pastujov, Moore back down a little. Savoy, even though he's a 76 now, stat minuses, but he's had 20 points. And we had some injury issues on the back end here. 54 points, so Drysdale's more of our point guy now. Minchikov is left in that spot, and they're on different pairings, so that's good to see. Chikrin, he has 68 durability, so that's going to be a worry. He didn't have an injury at all the last season, so we're going to see how we can do here. Kairu, with his injury, he actually played less games than our scratch, so he wasn't bad. And not great goaltending here. In the entire league, Georgiev again. I think he was the guy in the first year. And Husso again. He's getting old, and but it might be Hellebuck or Georgiev who get it. Rookie skaters this year, all created guys. Just getting some low overall guys. I could see Stankoven actually making it earlier than this in real life. Adam Fox with 123 points. Oh my gosh. What about goals? Theodore with 30. So we've had a 30 goal scorer for defense for the past while. Defensemen are just putting up points like crazy in this sim. So McKinnon, Matthews, Zegras third. Nice. I don't see any Canucks up there. I guess Quinn Hughes was there on defense. And Braden Point and Ovi again. What is going on with this guy? This is ridiculous. Our guy that we traded for Marner had 16 more assists than Marner. He's just an assist god. Yeah, Fox won the Art Ross. So Colorado has got a good team, even though they weren't top in the league. Just, oh my gosh. Xhekaj. Is it Ovi again? Pasta. .43 power play points for Zegras. That's not that high actually for most power play points in the league. Nylander's just clutch out of his 61 goals. Darling with 27 minutes a night. Marco Kasper's just the hit guy. I don't know if that's actually realistic or it's just kind of the sim. Mukamadulin with blocks on the bad team. I guess that makes sense. And Xhekaj, yeah, fights are going down every year. So let's sim ahead to playoffs and look at Vancouver's team, the President's Trophy winning team that we're playing. Patterson is a 98 overall. Holy crap. And he had not a great year. And they traded for Stone. He was in free agency, or in the trade. Their center depth isn't like crazy. Their depth, like overall wise, our depth is a lot better. Atu Ratu. Not sure why he's a second liner. Interesting. Quinn Hughes is their monster on the... Oh, and they got Montour too, so just like some puck movers. Hopefully we can break him down defensively. Ronick. Ball, he grew pretty well. Zilovs. How did he do in the regular season? Yeah, he was a good goalie. Scratches, they got these three. Couple Bruins. Alright, so let's just get into simming. See what our team can do against the President's Trophy winners. A win! Nice. That's a good win too, only 2 goals allowed. 4 goals allowed. We've scored 3 goals each time. 7 goals. Nice. Oh my gosh. That's 2 defensemen that went down, and Chychrun going down is but we managed to win again. Or are we just gonna upset the President's Trophy winners? It's the President's Trophy curse. So Chychrun was out till May 7th. So that's in a couple weeks. Lacombe's out too. So that means we have McBain didn't play a game up there. That means, is Kyrou gonna step up? Maybe we want to go like this. No, Minchikov's been too good. I think we gotta bring up an AHLer. I don't think we can we? Or with the injuries, does that? Okay, so the guys on injury don't count. So, do we want you? He's good defensively. Can play with Dianchio. First NHL game in the playoffs. I think the AHL team obviously will be good again, but yeah, it looks like we got some guys that are ready for the NHL. Definitely want to give that guy a shot. Definitely want to give this guy a shot too. How has he done? Not putting up that many points. He might not shoot enough, but just for fun, look at those guys. Even this guy. Interesting. If we need to just like blow up our bottom 6 sometime, then those guys can slot in pretty good. So we'll scratch. Oh shoot! I just did hit. Well, yeah, that's what we'll do, and we'll put the lines back to what they were. And then who was in here? That was can't mess them up now that we've won. And I guess we've been getting some pretty good goaltending. I think we only let in 4 goals in a game once. Nice! We just beat the President's Trophy winners. And we're gonna have Vegas. So they actually were the 3rd seed and they beat the 2nd seed. So let's look at Vegas. I don't know how many. We could probably do the whole playoffs. I know other YouTubers like split it up to make it more dramatic, but Stevenson just grew like crazy. Stevenson, Marcia Show, Eichel. It's just some no depth. I don't understand what these teams are doing. The CPU just doesn't build their teams very well. This guy's playing in the World Juniors right now. That's a good top pair. Like, they're just top heavy, which is kind of not what Vegas's motto is. And Logan Thompson again is in there again. And they've got, yeah, Zach Whitecloud just tanked. He must have, because he was like an 84 overall usually. They just didn't play him. Well, I don't know if I want to say it, but the way these teams are built, if we can get goaltending and defense, we should win. Okay, so Chikrin's back. Luckily, I guess our Lacomb's still injured. No, Lacomb's back too. So I mean, I guess it's gonna be. I think everybody has waivers now, and obviously it's gonna be Mr. Um, Smith who goes down, who played 2 games for us, 3 games for us. I don't know how it says he's only played 3 games too. Whatever. So we will get those guys back in the lineup. Because how was he doing before he got injured? He only played part of the first series. Yeah, he was just messing it up there with Minchikov. Minchikov's playing so well. HL team moved on too. That's crazy, actually. That's just our guys saying that they're fully recovered. Which is good, they didn't get re-injured. And Zellweger's out now too. Looks like he might just be out for a couple games. And I was gonna say, we had like 5 wins in a row there. Do we want to move? I think we'll move our defense. So we have... Don't have a hole there. Was it where Zellweger was? We'll put Lacombe up there. See how we can do here. Just have some defensive injuries like crazy. We're not we're playing good games and losing. Zellweger's he only missed the 1 game. And the Gulls got eliminated, so didn't they go to the finals last year? They lost in the finals, so what's your injury, your durability? 95 durability. And I think he's been injured a few times this franchise mode. There we go. Zellweger gets back and we get a win. So we just need to win 1 more. So 5-4 loss. That's our first bad goaltending. Let's look at how our goaltending has been. So 5 goals allowed. One of them was probably an empty netter, I'm going to assume. 3 goals allowed is the most in this series before that. And then the Vancouver series, 4 goals allowed, 3 goals allowed. So he's allowed 3 goals twice, 4 goals once, and then 4 goals, or I guess 4 goals twice, 3 goals twice. So he's been really good. I'm going to look at what his numbers look like, but I really think he's been pretty good still. It hasn't really been him in a loss. Like 4 goals is a little bit much, but he's only done that twice. .922, yeah, that makes sense. I gotta leave him in. He was at least better than Clara in the... Here we go. I could have maybe slow simmed it. We're gonna get the answer here as McTavish goes down. I should have maybe slow simmed it, but we're going to get the result right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe slow simming was the option, but we lost in overtime. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good attempt in the playoffs. We knocked off the President's Trophy winners, and then lost in 7. So that second line, Marner just did well on that first line, but that first line was disappointing. Where is McTavish? He played all the games. I'm not sure what's going on with him. Like, his shooting is... He must be set to shoot, and then his shot isn't as good. Because this is a little bit of an issue. He was very disappointing. Because you look up here, he's nowhere to be seen. Pastujov is in here. Like, even Stamkos was a little disappointing, but he's on the third line. And he had 2 more points than him. Minchikov was incredible. Drysdale on that second pairing, so we've got an offensive guy on both pairs. Chikrin played very well with Minchikov, which is nice to see. Zellweger, I guess, played more of a defensive role. And Klang, and we're gonna have to give him an extension. Probably give him a couple years because he proved it. Even Clara played it. He came in relief twice. But if Clara wants money, I don't think we're going to bring him back. We didn't really give him much of a chance, but I guess we will sim to the end of the playoffs. I think I forgot to look at the awards last year too. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just in my playing by myself mode. I was also super disappointed last year that we missed, so this year Edmonton wins the cup. They played Tampa Bay again. Tampa Bay won it last year, and they beat Vancouver. So Vancouver's had some disappointments. McDavid won the Art Ross, and then Fox this year. Draisaitl won the Hart. McKinnon won it this year. Makar back to back. That's actually crazy. Fox doesn't... Like, Fox won it, the Art Ross, and he didn't even win the Norris. Which is like, they're actually looking at defense, I guess, but that's not realistic for real life. Stankoven actually won it, and he wasn't first, so there's kind of some upsets. McDavid won it, yeah, that makes sense. Georgiev won it again, so 5 years later he wins the Vezina again. So Tampa's coach back-to-back wins it after Nashville's coach won it back-to-back. McDavid won the Frank J. Selke. That's going to be a complete change. Kopitar won it. Kopitar's still playing? That's crazy. And he's still playing in an elite defensive game. McDavid, would that have to be a big change? And then Point won the Richard last year. Or no, Point and Ovi split it. And then Pasta won it the year before. And I also haven't been looking at the playoff tree, so you guys can kind of see what your teams have done. Tampa Bay swept the Hurricanes. There's us beating Vancouver, losing in 7 to Vegas. So yeah. Let us look at who we need to extend. So we got Byfield. But like the thing is, he has not put up points. He's listed as a second line forward. He could be one. Maybe we want to give him a chance to replace McTavish. I mean, McTavish, he's only had one off year, but like look at this, 32 points, 32 points. His top season was 38 with his last season with LA before we traded for him. So we almost might have, yeah, like look at this. So if we take him right to free agency, it'll be 5.3. I totally forgot we have Kulich here who just sat out the year. Stamkos we might not bring back. He was good. He had what, like 60 some points? 64 points. And then goaltending wise, Clara went down. I don't know if we probably just qualify him. Klang just wants 1 year, which I'll give you 1 year because you played well in the playoffs, but you didn't in the regular season, and you could just as well prove that you're not as good in 1 year. So, 4.3. The rest of these guys. Campbell, how did he do backing up in the AHL? He was super good backing up in the AHL. That's crazy. So yeah. Who else do we want to look at? Like Lacombe doesn't want to come back. I'll give somebody else a chance if you don't want to come back. Even maybe this guy, more defensive guy. So yeah. I mean, another thing, because Kucherov replaced Kulich. If we wanted, we could plan for when Kucherov's gone. McTavish could be a second liner. Like Byfield could hop up. McTavish could play on the third line this year. I don't know. I'm not sure. Give like Byfield a shot, because McTavish in the years we've had, or 5 years in now, 66, 63, 66, and then I think this was his first year. I think he was on the top line these 3 years. 66, 75, and 60. And then in the playoffs he had 4 points. So it's kind of like a one-off year and we're already like down on him. I just don't like that he really hasn't put up that many points, which I guess is fine, but like, yeah. I also don't like, this is our top 9. And did all our guys drop below 77? No, McBain's down here. McBain jumped back up just at the right time to get another contract. We could give him that, but I think we'll wait until free agency. Zellweger actually hopped up more. Our defense is all locked in. Byfield would be, if we gave him 2 years, 5.3. We'll give you that. It's 4.57 or 5.25. And that way, if we have to play you on the third line again, give McTavish another chance. And then if he struggles again, give Byfield a shot on his last year of his contract. That might be dangerous, but or maybe this year we'll give him the chance. But I feel like we haven't really given McTavish a full shot. It's probably this contract that was giving us not room to move stuff. 8 million on the third line. So he would be 3 something mil. We'll probably wait because he might go down. These guys might move around overall wise again also, but yeah, we'll give out those 2 contracts. Yep, and yep. So Nashville, San Jose gets bad luck. Those are the results there. Looking at the draft class here. elite power forward. This is interesting, actually. Six, uh, 5 elites, and then this guy in the middle. It's definitely a computer-generated draft class. I could maybe turn up the quality, like more. So this guy's probably going to be a low elite that we could take in the 7th round, which would be cool. He's a big defenseman. This guy, kind of like that guy we took a few years ago that we traded. This guy's probably a top 4. That doesn't really interest me. He could be an elite, but 17-year-old could have an X factor, so that's definitely interesting. Two-way forward. Nah. This guy could be interesting. I don't know, probably a top. I think he's a defensive defenseman. Nah. We do have those other goalie prospects. What did he say? 5 years out. 4 years out at 19. Here's the guys we'd take. 20 though. Just noticed that. So not really interesting. Playmaker. Grinder. This would be the guy at like 17 too. Scored a goal in the Liga. Power forward we could take later. 19, but we might take him anyways. This guy could be an interesting guy to take. Oh, he's a playmaker. Never mind. This guy could be interesting. So it seems like our scouts did a decent job this year. We got all these guys pinned for late round picks. We will have a first. Because this would be like a 3rd, 4th. So our pick's going to be down here. It's not going to be up here. Zdeno Chara comparison. Yeah, right. Oh, he's bust. This is kind of a weak draft. Like, these guys... Our pick's gonna be like around here. We could get like this guy to be like a very good 3rd liner for us, but... Still, like, we have so many guys who could be in our bottom 6. And like, we can't really look to trade our pick for a guy, like a good player, because we kind of have all our guys, and we don't have any cap space. Ovi goes after winning the Rocket, so 1,158 goals. Not sure if that's actually happening in real life, especially looking at this season. Hyman's retiring. He kind of just went down because he starts as an 88, I think. Yossi retires. Some pretty big names, like guys who are still like top 20 defensemen in real life. Bob, he almost 500 wins. That's pretty crazy. He got a contract after that big contract. Quick is still playing. That's crazy. He's gonna retire in real life after this season. Frederick Anderson retired. He was on this team for half a season. Again. A bunch of different coaches. Oh, we could get Ovi as a coach. That would be cool. So, we're almost out of time. I don't think we're going to do the draft, but this will tell us how much money we have next year. We have 8 mil. These, like, we don't really have anybody that we need to re-sign. Like, we'll just qualify you. We could, like, look at trading for a guy with our draft pick. Now, who would that guy be? I don't know if I want to trade for, like, a expiring... Sorry, I'm just thinking here. I don't think I want to trade for an expiring, like a guy who's going to free agency here, because we only have 8 mil. Like, I'd look at defensemen, I think. See if I can, like, push Chikrin down, maybe protect him a little. Like Hamilton. We do have, like, a lefty playing on the right side. I'd like a guy who's kind of better both ways. Maybe if we go to player search and see who we might be able to get. I'm gonna assume we're not gonna be able to get like, we're probably not gonna have anybody retain. And it's not going to be any of these value guys. Maybe Seth Jones? Like, obviously then they'd have to retain. That would be pretty crazy. Obviously in real life he's kind of turning it around. So that's why he's... Any lower Morrissey? No. Okay. Lower value righties. Brant Clark? That could be interesting. He's offensive. Is there any, like, good two-way guy? Nemec went to a franchise. That's crazy. Pesci's grown. He's, I think, offensive. Hamilton. That's how much value he has. Yurchek could be interesting. He doesn't have as much value. Like, if we look at value here, Yurchek was, like, way down here. I'm not sure why. That's still, like, we're gonna have to give up a lot. Like, we probably would have to put, like, McTavish and try to, like, get a guy. Which, maybe think just, like, try to make a move. That would make our defense score really well. He's more of, like, a defensive defenseman, even with those stats. Is there anybody, like, lower here who doesn't have as much value? Marino? A little too defensive for me. Looking for right D's. We looked at Roy. He might be interesting. Trade our first for him. That could be interesting. So look at LA. Obviously helping our It's basically same city. Reinbacher, no. Severson could be another option. But I think he's offensive. Lundqvist would be a younger guy. He's offensive, though. Ronick. I really like Roy. He's an 87. He's 33, but kind of by, and then we could keep our team where it is, and we'd still have 3 mil, so we could sign our younger guy. I'm gonna look at progress reports. We might get cut off here, but quickly just look at this. A lot of stat. It's like all stat growth now that our guys are older. AHL wise, Leach was at 79 and then he went down again. So yeah, that's our guys, and I think we will end it there. And next video, hopefully we can trade for Roy from the Kings. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.